Guys, Caleb here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars 2021 TIE Fighter. It contains 432 pieces and will retail you for $40 in the United States. However, I managed to get it at a 20% off discount, so I only got it for $32, and I have seen it on sale for at least 10 or 20% off at a lot of places. So if you're lucky, you can actually get about $8 off this, almost $30, which does make it a really good deal, but in normal retail stores, it retails for usually about $40. Instruction manual has literally nothing to brag. It's pretty much, your average instruction manual. It's obviously got, the front of it with Darth Vader on there, and it basically has 3 bags. First bag's the cockpit, second bag is the left wing, and the third bag is the right wing. Pretty easy-ish building experience. Took me a little bit over an hour to do it, and I actually built it in basically 3 parts. Pretty fun building experience, but not really anything out of the ordinary at all, in this. It doesn't have any information about the actual TIE Fighter or anything, because this is an UCS set. It has an ad for the Skywalker Saga video game, and also some other advertisements for some other of the 2021 sets. But yeah, pretty average instruction manual. Contains 3 pretty good minifigures, being a TIE Fighter pilot, a droid, and a stormtrooper, and we are going to take an in-depth look at all 3 of these figures. TIE Fighter pilot is most likely my favorite minifig include the set. I really do like to look at this minifigure. Obviously, I think other people, like the droid and the stormtrooper better, but personally, this is my favorite, as I have never actually had a TIE, fighter pilot minifigure. Super nice, black chest printing as well as some leg printing and also a little pistol. So a lot of, leg and front printing, which is really good. The back even has some printing. I'm not a big fan of how the back is open like that, although I don't know if that's accurate to the actual guy or whatever. It looks really nice with these silver lines and stuff, and you can in fact pop it off to reveal this pretty cool face, and the helmet just, slides right on. But this is honestly probably my favorite minifigure. I honestly think LEGO knocked it out of the park with this guy. The Stormtrooper, who does look pretty good. I know a lot of people do not like the new helmet. They think it looks a bit too chunky, and I am a little bit on that side, although I do generally think it looks pretty good. He's got this really nice leg printing, as well as some torso printing, and honestly, I don't know, it looks like a Stormtrooper. The helmet can come off to reveal a face. I thought it would be, the angry clone face that they usually put for Stormtroopers, but they changed it up, which is pretty good, and it's a decent looking minifigure. Nothing really special, just your average Joe Stormtrooper. Also have this really cool looking black droid who looks really dope. It's basically an all, black droid. He's got this really cool, wiring in his chest. I've never actually seen that. I wish they'd, include it in C-3PO or whatever, but I think the wiring, under his chest looks really good. It is actually, one piece that's a little bit hard to get off, but it's this one piece they just sort of stick on there. I've never seen that piece before. He looks almost like an alien almost, but he looks really cool. He's also got a bit of back printing with more of those epic colored wires, and this is honestly a really good looking figure. Not one that anybody really expected to get included in the set, but ended up looking really nice. Most people who will be buying this set are not buying it for the 3 minifigures. They are buying it for the TIE Fighter, and I gotta say, it looks really good. LEGO has never done. Well, they did a $40 TIE Fighter 20 years ago or something crazy like that. And the TIE Fighters were getting out of hand at $70, $80, even $90 for, a TIE Fighter. So LEGO decided to scale back their TIE Fighter as well as, a $50 X-Wing and made it $40 instead of $80. Favorite part is actually the wing design. It looks so much like an actual TIE Fighter wing. Anybody would recognize this as, a TIE Fighter. It's very recognizable as what it is, and I really do like, the cool all-symmetrical design of the wings. As you're building, basically you start by building just the cockpit on its own, and then you add the 2 wings on. It actually clicks on with this really cool base piece, which is actually a new piece. It's one of the pieces to see it easier, and while it's a little bit hard for it to get out of there, you can see it's this all-new piece that LEGO made just for this set, and I think that's very interesting, very interesting piece. You can see it's incredibly simple to attach to the TIE Fighter. It basically has these 3 pegs, and it fits in the 3 holes there, and you literally just press it into place, and it locks in there. It is the exact same technique with the other wing. It's incredibly simple, and I will be showing off a video of a modded TIE Fighter, sort of with that same technique in a couple days, so you can keep your eye out for that. Main faults with the set is actually this piece here. So fun fact, LEGO only makes these in dark gray. They refuse to make them in any other color, as I've heard from some pretty reliable sources. So when it came to this, they did not print, a tan one or a gray one. They always do these in gray. And so they had to make this in dark gray, and this sort of sets off the whole thing. It has these two little dark gray bits on either end of the ship, and it just looks odd. I really like the techniques they've used to, get these lines going down to the middle. Very, very symmetrical, and just very, very satisfying to the eye, in my opinion. The back also looks good with these little red thrusts. I'm not a big fan of the way the red and the green look together. It just looks a bit off to me, like, I don't know, something about it looks off. Basically what you can do is you can press down on these and you will have these shoot out, and I can find them. They are right there. A really good job shaping the cockpit with these little pieces. It also has the little sort of dish on top, which it always gets sort of bent out of shape and out of place. There are actually no stickers in the set at all, which I was kind of surprised by. So there's no stickers, but it tends to get, bent out of whack pretty easily for me, which isn't, great. I, however, really like the feature for getting the cockpit down. You literally just fold it down, and you can also fold the roof up in order to get access to the cockpit, and it all sort of folds up and folds back down really easily. I find the cockpit to be just a little bit lacking. There's not very much in here. There aren't any actual control panels for the pilot to, pilot the actual vehicle, which I think is slightly disappointing. They have all these trans red pieces, which look really nice and look, like what a TIE fighter looks like on the inside. Except I don't understand why they couldn't include, like, a control panel. Like, I guess they didn't have room for it, but slightly disappointing and not very much going on in the interior. We can seat our pilot down. Oh crap. Seat our TIE fighter pilot in there rather easily, and we can fold up the roof and fold up the windshield, and you can kind of see him in there. It looks pretty good, I suppose. And you can't have him pilot the vehicle, except there's no control panel, which just seems very, very odd to me. The swooshability is a 10 out of 10 on this guy. It's really, really swooshable. Like, it's not weak at all. Very, very tough. You can legit hold it from basically anywhere on the set, and it's not going to break off. You just got to be careful that you don't accidentally shoot these out, because I've had that happen a fair amount when I'm swooshing it around. But it's an incredibly, incredibly swooshable set. Like, it's not going to break on you, which is good. At the end of the day, should you buy the LEGO Star Wars 2021 TIE Fighter? I'm going to go ahead and say, heck yes, go for it. I was pleasantly surprised with this set. It's not the greatest TIE Fighter set LEGO's ever put out. And you have to know that going into this, that there have been better TIE Fighter sets made. Objectively, this is not the best TIE Fighter set ever. Someone like me who has never owned a TIE Fighter and just wants a TIE Fighter to put on display on their shelf, I think it's great. It's only $40. It's a reasonable size. You don't have to worry about room for it, as, it is kind of surprisingly big, but it's not, the biggest set ever, and so you can easily display it. I know that has some pretty glaring flaws, I would say. I mean, I do not like the look of that. I don't understand why LEGO couldn't have made that in light gray. It just looks very, very off. The cockpit is, very lacking, I would say. There's hardly anything going on, and a lot of stuff tends to get bent out of shape like that, and these, tend to accidentally go off, and it's just not, it's not the greatest set ever, but you have to go into that knowing that it isn't. Give the set an 81 out of 100. I think it's really good for somebody who hasn't owned a TIE Fighter. I'm sure if I had the 2018 one and I was comparing it to this, that one would be better, but I don't. So for someone who, doesn't own a TIE Fighter, I think this is the perfect set for you. You just have to go into it knowing that it has some flaws, but it's still a really, really good set at the end of the day. Let me know your thoughts on this set in the comments below, and stay tuned because I have some cool videos coming soon. This is Seabrick Productions signing off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest content, and I will see you guys later. Peace.